Boys, it's officially over. The drop-pocalypse has begun. And Valve completely missed the mark and didn't even solve the bot problem. For anyone who does this legitimately without botting, without cheating in any way, this just made it completely unviable. So without further ado, let's jump into the patch notes. They added a couple more night mode music hits, W Jericho, but then the release notes are absolutely just devastating. So just a bunch of like random fixes. They adjusted the score values for various weapons in deathmatch. And for like the AWP and the AK and pretty much all the rifles, they got nerfed, but all the pistols got a nice little buff. But none of this matters at all because they also adjusted the XP limits in deathmatch and arms race. But what does this actually mean? So as for arms race, I haven't really tested it yet. And then for deathmatch, prior to the update, you could get up to 800 XP per deathmatch if you got 1,000 score. It was definitely reasonable. If you tried really hard and you had a really good game, you got rewarded for it. You got a lot of XP. And this helped you get one step closer to leveling up and getting your drops. But because I relied so much on drops, the only way that I'm able to eat today is because of our sponsor, Skins Monkey. Got a Steam inventory full of trash tier skins you never use? This video is sponsored by Skins Monkey, the fastest and easiest way to turn your junk into some fresh new play skins. Connect your Steam account, select the skins you want to trade. You can also use code TURBO to claim up to a $5 bonus. They have a massive selection of skins and plenty of options to deposit. Code TURBO gets you an extra 5%. There's also freebies where you can enter giveaways and 24/7 live support if you run into any issues. Check out my Skins Monkey link down below to support the channel. Let's be real, deathmatch was the most viable way to do it other than playing competitive, but because the game has just an awful anti-cheat, because the anti-cheat just simply doesn't work. Whether you're in red trust factor, yellow trust factor, or even green trust factor, you can still run into cheaters. And if you don't have a cheater on your team to counteract it, then you're absolutely cooked. You're gonna get no XP. So deathmatch was the one safe haven. This was the one place where you could like grind, not really have to worry about cheaters. The only problem was the bots. But like, you know, if you just wanted to throw on like a video or like a podcast in the background, throw on some music, you could just shut your brain off, just go on deathmatch, get a bunch of score and just level up. 1,000 score used to be 800 XP times like 5 games in a row. That's 4,000 XP. That's almost an entire level. If you spend an entire hour and you get max score, that's 4,800. That's almost an entire account worth of drops. More often than not, at least for me, it usually takes about 90 minutes to about 2 hours if I'm doing it in deathmatch. If I didn't feel like playing against cheaters, deathmatch was a very solid option. Post-update, they made the cap 300 XP. So the most you can get is 300. So 300 times 6. Per hour, you can earn 1,800 XP. On average, it's going to take a little bit less than 3 hours. So give or take, it effectively doubles the amount of time you need to play deathmatch to get one account done. I was spending 24 hours a week on average grinding my 12 accounts, and now it's going to take easily over 36 hours. So it's just not worth it anymore. And here's the biggest problem with it. It doesn't even stop the bots, because to an average player who plays on a couple different accounts, like, you know, not everyone has money to spend. Not everyone has all this money. So being able to grind the game, working your way up to having an inventory was pretty much a lot of people's only option. And this is only talking about people who do it legitimately, not the bots, of course. But you want to know the worst thing about this? This does nothing to stop the bots. An hour and a half versus 3 hours means absolutely nothing to bot farms because they're running like hundreds of accounts at a time anyways. It doesn't even really put a dent in their bottom line. The only people it hurts are the people actually doing it legitimately, the people grinding the game for the love of the game, the love of the skins, and to build something up from nothing. You want to know the crazy thing too? I was like 1 week away from retirement. Next Tuesday is our 1-year anniversary of doing this, and I was going to slow things down, but now I'm starting to realize that it's not over for just me, it's over for everybody except the bot farms. And this wouldn't be as big of a problem if there was more of a variety. I mean, obviously they're still casual is still unaffected, but then again, everyone who plays it is like Face It level 10. There's so many nerds who play it. Wingman is unaffected. Competitive Premier, these are unaffected. Arms Race is affected, but retakes is unaffected, but it kind of has the same issue as casual, where if you just die, you're just there sitting for the rest of the round. If you're going for max XP, it's not very consistent. Deathmatch and Arms Race were like the only stress-free way of playing the game and working your way up, but like usual, they always find some way to mess it up. And this also wouldn't be as big of a deal if there was more of a variety, if there were more different game modes you could play to earn XP. If you could even hop on community servers and get XP that way, it literally wouldn't be a problem. If the game had like stuff like Danger Zone, even like Flying Scoutsman minus the cheaters because it was unplayable at the end of Go. Even like the Guardian missions from the CSGO operations, those were so much fun. And the cherry on the shit cake is the anti-cheat, or the lack thereof. I'm all for putting an end to the bot farms, but this is not the way to do it. And you know who else this hurts? Anybody with armory passes, because yeah, you get less XP, less progress towards your armory stars. Not even to mention just all the people who just love the game and grind it on multiple accounts. It's an L update. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this update in the comments down below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, hit the bell, hype the video for on mobile, and stay safe, boys. It's Turbo, and I'm out. Peace.